Welcome back, creative friends, to the second installment of the Artist's Journey. This week, we'll discuss the top 5 things I've learned as an artist. But each piece of knowledge will first be stated as a haiku. Since the meaning of the haiku may take some time to unwrap, I'll explain each of them here in detail as well. Let's start with number 1. Big plans for my art. It's a tough road up ahead. Don't stray from the course. As stated on my previous vlog, I've rebooted my art path to be more true to myself. I would say that should be the most important lesson everyone should learn. Unfortunately, I didn't learn that until recently. In the past couple of years, I've been stuck in a rut. I wasn't sure what to do next or how to improve to a professional level. But once I learned being true to my core being, I then got off my butt and laid out a game plan. This included what I should do daily and also the milestones that I should hit in order to become a full-time professional artist. So far, so good. This week I checked out a bunch of sites and podcasts that are targeted to jumpstarting an art career. Most of them have PDF guides, so I downloaded a few, including one on getting into the adult coloring book industry. But I never got a chance to read most of them. Thus, I strayed from my path. Talk is cheap, and action speaks louder than words. I need to remember this, but I also need to keep in mind that it is difficult, so I shouldn't beat myself up for my failures. Number 2, relax when inking. Ink each line like Daniel-san. Then ink it again. Inking is one of those things that are easy to learn and hard to master. I truly appreciate the art from ancient masters such as Hokusai, who did the Great Wave of Kanagawa, as well as the modern-day master Kim Jung-gi. Every now and then I would practice inking by doing daily loose brushwork in my sketchbook. Ink brush technique is probably the most difficult since it requires fine motor skills to master. This daily practice is what actually builds your technical skill. I began the process of using my Galadriel sketch as the basis for an adult coloring book page in Procreate. Since it's digital, it's very forgiving compared to real inking, so I put a lot of pressure on myself to have the perfect professional image. After all, I could just undo mistakes, right? With the added pressure though, I lost touch of what makes inking good, the loose gestural style. That paired with the skill acquired by constant practice is what actually makes lines beautiful to look at. Number 3, your art tribe, find it. Give to them more than you take, and reap the rewards. What are art tribes in the modern day sense? Simply put, it's a group of like-minded people who share something in common. Each artist needs to find their own tribe based on the beliefs that are deeply embedded in one's soul. Finding a tribe may be difficult though. You'll need that oh so important first follower. Search for the TED Talk on it. As with all human interactions, however, you can't just take. Your value to the tribe depends on how much you can give to the tribe as a whole. Give wholeheartedly to your tribe. It may not happen soon, and you may not even have a large tribe. But eventually, when the time is right, you will reap the rewards. Number 4, do the daily grind, but sleep is important too. Tomorrow, refreshed. We all know practice makes perfect, but most of us rarely keep up the grind. It's actually more beneficial to practice daily for short sessions versus long hours once a week. The reason being is that when you sleep, you process what you learn for the day. The more you practice means the more you actually process what you practiced. That's all fine and dandy, but I was really tired this week. At my job, we're moving over to automation. My boss is really pressuring me to get things done ASAP. The added stress and overtime has really drained me. Sleep is very important, much more important than most people think. In this modern society, many of us try to do as much as possible, staying up late and then waking up early, and then getting a caffeine fix to make it through the day. In the long run, that isn't going to cut it for both health and the ability to improve. And who doesn't want that? Number 5. Mama always said, be frugal when shopping, son. Live within your means. You know, when I was younger, I used to ignore many of the advice that my parents gave. I thought I knew it all. Boy, was I wrong. Most of the advice your elders give comes from their own experience of living much longer than you, and also the wisdom that their elders have passed down through the generations. It's so much easier to spend money today, especially since you can order something on Amazon with a click of a button, and it will arrive the next day. No wonder Amazon is $1 trillion company and Jeff Bezos the richest man in the world. We live in a consumer society. We consume and consume. We need to be producers and creators. For artists, if we want to make this our full-time gig, we really need to cut the spending drastically. The majority of full-time artists don't really make that much. So weaning ourselves from the credit card is a big step in the right direction for all of us. All right, my friends, that sums it up for this week. Until next time, God bless and goodbye.